me try this. There we go. Anyway, so good on the Jeep, Glenn. Sounds like you're making some progress, for sure. And yeah, I know guys who have painted the whole things in bed liner. I don't know if you've ever seen anybody do that. They'll spray their whole Jeep in bed liner, the whole bucket, as I call it. So the Jeep's kind of like a bucket, you know. But yeah, I've seen guys do that, and really good that you're getting that project, man. That rotisserie you made, Glenn, is really nice. When you sent me those pictures, I was thoroughly impressed. I mean, really, with how good that thing came out, and looks like how good it'll work. My question is, when it gets back around to you, is how did you get it up on it? How did you, lift it up and to get it into position for the rotisserie itself? Or did you, kind of lift up one side, kind of connect it to it, go back to the other side and lift it up and put that side on? You know what I'm saying? I was curious about that. Me and my dad were talking about that, because obviously he saw the pictures too. And we were curious as to how you got it up there, but we were both thoroughly impressed, man. So good deal on the project there. Yeah, it's been a busy couple weeks here. Had a lot going on with my son being up for a couple months here, and so we went down to the shore for 5 days for Memorial Day weekend. Then last weekend we went camping for 4 days. At a Parvin State Park, excuse me, over in New Jersey. And then this weekend, we're going to go camping again, but, with all this wildfires and, smoke, air quality, and on top, I think there's a burn ban with how dry it's been here. I would imagine it's been dry up there too. That we might as well just wait if we do go. So we're not going to go camping this weekend, but maybe go to a Phillies game, go catch a baseball game this weekend. So it's been busy. Usually doing something every night after work. It's been a lot. It's been obviously a lot of fun and very time well spent with my kids. So down to you, Bill. And good on the thunderstorms last night, Glenn. Boy, I would pray for some thunderstorms right now. My grass is turned into shards of glass and quite brown anymore with all this lack of rain. WA4DDH in the Milrad Prenet. This is W3MMR. Okay, Bill. Up to you, Glenn. And then I guess we'll see if Brown or Steve or Chris are around for the net.
Okay, very good.
Good morning from W1N.
Hi, Brown.
The South Shore there. You're doing some camping there. Great.
Yeah, the smoke thing is really, you have to track it.
Because right now we don't. It's going down below us, actually. But anyway, hey, great on being a good dad, man. You're taking care of your son there, and you got a good run of quality time ahead of you, and enjoy, and whichever direction you take there. You got a plan there, and that's great.
And on the Jeep. When I do,
I have a trailer.
Then I
Go
tow.
around with my tractor. It was a small garden. Well, it's a pretty good sized garden tractor. And it's an old like Model T trailer or something. It's straight axle in the back. So anyway, I got that all set up. So buddies, the tub is in the garage on the chassis. So what I do is I bring in my engine cherry picker. And I fit that underneath the back end. I've got some counterweight on it. Extend it out, lash it all up, lift it up, and then back it off the chassis. And then once it's outside, I put the things still in the driveway. So I put the trailer in front of it, and then I push the whole shooting match right up to the trailer, and then just lower the tub onto the trailer, and then from there I transfer it over to the where we're gonna paint, and I back up the trailer, or I drive through, and then I position of course the tub's up on wooden blocks, maybe about 6 inches, so I get it all in position. Of course, I have the axle out of the rotisserie and position it all up, and then I have a small bottle jack that I use just to lift it into position, maybe up an inch or so. So yeah, pretty smooth sailing in that department there, and I'll send pictures as time marches on. But right now, it's all covered up out there. If I got to move it in a hurry, all I have to do is hook up the trailer. And throw a couple of straps over the top and pull it away if I need be. But other than that, yeah, I like doing this stuff. I always have something to do, Perry. But anyway, I'm going to send it back up to the top of the hour there, and maybe Steve or Brown, or maybe there's others in there, and get this net going here. So very good morning, Perry. So I'll send it back to you for any finals. W3MMR N1SNG.
K1RC, good morning.
Ready to start the net.
Yeah, go ahead, Brown. Gary, K1IC is in there as well, and take the reins. Good morning, Brown.
K1IC as well. Good morning, everyone. Get right into it. Calling the military radio net. Calling the military radio net. Calling the old mill broadcast. Every Saturday morning at ODAR 30. 500 for the purpose of promoting the use and discussion of military radios. Military radio is not necessary to participate, but it is encouraged. Mode of operation is normally AM, but we will stoop so low as to let sidebanders and CWs report as well. And again, military radio is not, it would be nice, because how can you have enough military radios? My name is Brad, W1NZR, and I will orchestrate this insanity this morning if you'll allow me to. I'm located in northeastern North Carolina, running what's become the usual setup at the moment, because I haven't been as radioactive in my own place as I would like to. AC610E, and an R390A, and that's Serial Electronics, 1963 contract. Running into an open wire fed 75-meter dipole strung up somewhere in the 60 to 65 region. So pretty good signals this morning. Conditions are a little noisy, but it is June. Anyway, very good morning to all. So I have at the moment N1SNG, WA4DVH, W3MMR, KN4R, KB3HT, K1IC. Are there any others who would like to participate? Please come now. Well, no one's chomping at the bit to participate in radio at ODAR 30. Just us cuckoo clock. All right, so it'll be N1SNG, WA4DDH, WA3MMR, KN4R, KD3HT, and K1IC. And up to you, Glencom. The AR-213 sounding very good, and listening to the CNET band, you're making progress on the Jeep, but I know you're a very meticulous and slow-moving fellow in that department because your work is so good. So good for you. And rotisserie is that's really the way to do it. So anyway, up to you, Glencom. N1SNG in the Milradnet from W1NZR.
W1NZR, the old military radio unit, N1SNG. Brown, the BC610E sounding great, and of course an older Majesty, the R390A Imperial, must be working quite well with that latch up there. So good to hear you in there, Brown. Nice signals up into Rhode Island this morning. And good morning to Gary, K1IC, again Perry, WA4DDH, Bill, and KN4R, Brian, and KD3HT, Steve. Wow, pretty good an initial assault here on the top of the list. And yes, Brown, it is overthinking. The switch is broken. I can't fix it, but yeah, I like to get things done a certain way, and it just happens to be that way. And other than that, I just use, I get some cans of Rust-Oleum and start spraying it with that there. But it's going to be interesting, Maybe this is somewhere if somebody has a big tank, I can just dip the thing. But yeah, it's coming along, getting near the end of the saga here with that. And Tom, W2LA, came by the other day. I had a visit with him. He's been working on his Corvette, and he needed to borrow a couple of gear pullers, which he had good success with, and took out the plastic timing gears and put in a nice set of Cloy's gears there. So he's also been in the shop frequently. Weather here is not really conducive to painting, so we're ready to go when we get a break of some decent weather. Not to say it isn't here, it's just we've got a little rainy trend going on. The smoke has receded. We did have that part of that smoke mass that came down for a while there, but everything else seems to be moving along pretty good. And Perry, I was changing the oil in my air compressor, and I was thinking of you about that beautiful air compression that you picked up a while back there. Hopefully you still have that, but gonna throw a new belt on it, and just in case if the other one breaks, I'm gonna be dead in the water halfway through the paint job. So just trying to overthink things again. So anyway, over to you, Bill, WA4DDH, and then goes over to Perry, W3MMR. Go ahead, Bill.
WA4DDH and the old military radio on that. This is W3MMR. Okay, Bill. Well, good morning to you. Good copy of that go round. Had you just above the noise there, almost Q5, Bill. So I got it all there. Good to hear you this morning. Boy, good to hear Brian and Steve and Gary and the whole crew here this morning. Really good to hear you guys. Good signals all the way around. Brown, obviously, good morning to you. Thanks for running the net. Glenn, good on the air compressor. Yeah, my compressor, I never forget that. I got that thing for free. One of them lay-down Craftsman jobs, and still works great to this day, man. And I use it all the time, actually. So we're going to keep it short. I got to run down, hit the command center real quick, but we'll be back for round 2. And so I'll send it down to you, Brian. Good morning. KN4R in the old military radio net. This is W3MMR.
The normal here, and just trying to get things in order to work on them, which is always the way, and not retired yet, so no fun. So speaking of retired guys, K1IC in the Magical Mystery Tour. Over to you, Gary. KD3H Kilo Delta 3 Hotel Tango. Over to you, Gary. Over.
Okay, and good morning to all. This is Kilo 1 India Charlie in the Floodfield section of Fairfield, Connecticut, where it's about 53 degrees under lightning skies. When I say lightning, it's getting lighter. We're not getting any lightning at the moment. Haven't been on this net in a very long time, and that's because usually I'm sleeping at this hour, but we're phasing through changes, and I'm going to bed earlier, so I'm getting up earlier, and that gives me an opportunity to operate some AM here in the mornings on 3885 and elsewhere, so that's good. Rig here is an Anon 200 Delta, 200 Delta, bought used, and it's driving at the moment an SB230. I still have to get in and try to work on my Alpha 78 again. It was working fine, and then it decided that it didn't want to amplify much, and I think it's a connection problem inside. I need to figure out what that is and get that worked out. The antenna is a center-fed ZEP of about 16 feet, cut for a half wave on 160 meters, and so far it's working all right. Had some difficulty with the new growth on the trees, with the leaves coming into touching the antenna. Boy, does that make a difference, a big difference. But so far, since I've done some changes, it looks like it's behaving, so I'm going to keep my fingers crossed, because getting on the roof is not a safe thing for me anymore. So I should avoid that if I can help it. Otherwise, very good. So I think I was at the tail gunner at the moment, so I'll set it back up down to Brown, and down there in, I guess, North Carolina, and we'll see how things progress. I think it's W1NZR. Here is K1IC.
All right, Gary, very good. K1IC in the Milrad net, W1NZR returning. Well, good to hear you, Gary. Yeah, it has been a while. Nice to hear Fairfield in there. My wife is from that area. She lives in Monroe. Started the journey in Bridgeport. But it's good to hear you. And you're not doing okay. Yeah, it's a little noisy for me this morning, but signals are pretty good. Glenn copying the ARC-15 quite well, and nice to hear a couple of 32Vs, 2 and a 3. I believe, Phil, that you're on your V2, and Perry, I guess you're running the 32V3 this morning. Nice to hear them. Perry, you have a nice signal as always, and yeah, I have a 32V3 that relatively recently, past 6 months or so, they acquired from a good friend of mine in Rhode Island, sitting in his basement for a while. And actually, I have the original paperwork. The lineups here, and I'm looking forward to doing that. So it's a nice rig, but it is not a lightweight radio. I actually carried that thing up to my buddy's basement by myself. Man, oh man. I think that thing weighs 120 pounds. Anyway, it's a great radio. And Perry, sounds like you had an enjoyable 5 or 6 days down at the shore with the sun. Sorry that camping probably isn't going to be happening for the next few days. I think the New York, New Jersey area was hit the hardest with all of this Canadian remnant smoke. I don't think Rhode Island or Boston was so bad. It was, we did have an air quality alert here earlier in the week, but not so bad now. And Brian, good morning to you. Globe Champ sounding quite good. Steve, good morning to you. I think you're on the ARC-13. I don't think you've got any of your higher power, which would make sense, because the noise at this end of the circuit is a little less than fun, but that's the way it goes. I was out working last week on the other coast, but I used the opportunity to go to the annual Minden, Nevada swap at N7RCA in Minden, which is south of Reno by 45 to 50 miles, and had some fun there. It was very good weather. It was in the 80s and dry, shorts weather. Brad, who puts it on, does it as a free of charge event, and well, could have used some more people. Actually, I guess this year there were fewer sellers and more buyers, although it didn't seem like that to me, although I did notice a few guys there. Anyway, it becomes more of a social event, so it was fun. There was some interesting gear there, and yeah, looking forward to the next one, which I think is Sussex, sometime in July. I forget the date. I've got to write it down so that I can show up with a bunch of stuff. Anyway, all right, well, we're at the bottom of the list here. Is there anyone else at this time who would like to participate in the MILRAD Net? Please call now.
Whiskey 1, Zulu Fox Baker.
Mike, I have you, W1ZFB. Sounds like there were a couple of others in there. Please come now. Nice carrier, but no audio from that department. Try it again. All right, well, maybe next time. Reporting to you, Mike, W1ZFB. Why don't you go ahead and then hand it back to me, and we'll do another round. Go ahead, Mike.
Okay, good morning, everybody. Just got in here and grabbing a quick cup of coffee, so didn't catch everybody that was on this morning, but the band sounds like it's pretty good this morning, those that I did hear, so I'll relinquish it back to you, and I guess we'll go through the top of the list or whatever, and I'll stick around for another round. Over.
Okay, Mike. Yeah, you have a good signal. Actually, signals are pretty good this morning from all stations, at least to the more or less center here, which I'm in, but a bit noisy, at least at this end of the circuit. That's the way it goes at this time, but very good to hear you. Okay. Anyone else wanting to join before we make another round?
WB0JZG. And good morning to 3HBG. WB0JZG.
Yeah, okay, good morning. Kevin. WB0JZG. Good morning to you, Jeep K1HDG. Okay, Kevin, why don't you go ahead and then hand it to Jeep. Jeep, hand it back to me, and then we'll see if there's anyone else, and then we'll make another round. WB0JZG and the MILRAD Net from W1NZR. Go ahead, Kevin.
Alrighty, W1NZR, WB0JZG. With the bandit, it's Jay. Two people dark light, calm, and they're getting real mad. That's unusual. We're working on a tube transfer that I'm hoping will be not ready yet, but we just keep plugging away, and it's kind of in the way on the workbench to getting the 4-gauge 250 running. A little bit more military-ish. It has military parts to it anyway. That's the way I want it. That's the way it is, you know. That's the way you want it, right? So, I just got up and decided to leave the old mill net on. I should have got up earlier. Over to the W1 N1 station, I didn't just the call down, too busy trying to get put these up in the okay. This is WB0K, Captain Lakeland, Florida.
I think Kevin meant you, Jeep. Go ahead, K1HBG, and then hand it back to me.
Okay, Brown. W1NZR, WB0JZG, K3HVG, and the all-military radio net. Okay, good morning. Very rough copy on Kevin this morning. Unfortunately, I'm on the ARC 8.
with still a little bit of discomfiture from the long distance bronchitis here. Anyway, but all is well, and as they used to say, I love the smell of napalm in the morning, but now it's I love the smell of Canadian smoke in the morning. Yesterday it was noticeable. Like back when I was a kid, you could smell in the neighborhood the leaves burning. But anyway, here we are. Good copy from you, Brown. Just got on, so I can't give a report for anyone else. W1NZR and the old military radio net, K3HVG, Frederick, Maryland.
All right, Chief. Very good. In fact, things are great with your R8. It sounds very, very nice down here. And good to hear you. Yeah, it's a little bit noisy, but you're putting out a very nice signal. And as are you, Kevin. Yeah, pin propagation is quite good. It's just the usual summertime static levels are dampening our fun. But that's the way it goes. We're still here. Anyway, all right. Well, let's do another round here. And Bill, again, good morning to you. You were sounding quite good up here. A little bit of fading, but 32V doing a good job. So I hope you'll stick in for at least one more. I know you oftentimes head out early. And Terry, I wonder if your father is conspicuously absent. Conspicuous by his absence, rather. Usually the strongest signal here. So I hope everything is all right with him. Anyway, up to you, Glentron. Then to Bill, WA4DDH, W3MMR, KN4R, KD3HT, K1IC, W1ZFB, WB0JZG, and then K1HPG, and then back to net control, and we'll see if anyone else wants to participate. Up to you, Glentron. N1FNG, and the NORADNet from W1NZR.
W1NZR. And your military radio at N1SNG. On the ART-13 this morning. And I'm hearing little snap, crackles, and pops in the headset here, so I don't know. If I was that old, I'd be snap, crackling, and popping too. But anyway, I think I might have been just in the microphone plug there. Something going on. But all in all, very good morning to Gary, K1IC, and Steve, Ryan, and the Jeep. Yeah, hopefully things clear out for you there in the health department. And we have a break in the smoke action today here in Rhode Island. It's pretty clear out there. We don't have the orange, reddish balloons. Everything is where it's supposed to be and in focus. So yeah, that was quite an event, and it still is. I think that's going to be going on for quite some time, as far as the last time I heard. And yeah, I wonder where all the critters go to. You know, something like that happens, especially up in Canada. And you wonder if there's a massive migration going on. But yeah, pretty catastrophic in a way. And anyone with respiratory issues, you have to take the precautions one way or the other. Now again, 13 SP600. Just going through some of my component parts here. I'm looking for a set of handles, which I don't think were part of the SP600. I think that was the RC90A set up there. I don't think the SP600 had the handles, which does make it a little difficult to pull it out of the cabinet, for servicing. I don't like to use the crowbar method. But I think I found a couple of brackets here that I can use just to get it over the hump, you know. I've got a couple of bulbs that have been flickering a little bit. But all in all, it's a pretty good receiver. I do like it. The RS-390A the function switch. I went back into that. I found a few things that were wrong. Some of the hardware was loose because the being of a brass construction, the threads were a little bit on the weaker side, and we had some failures there, so the switch was just kind of freestyling it. But anyway, it makes it interesting. There's always something to do. You know, open the hood or just, you know, pull it forward and see what's going on. And Brown, the 32V3, I believe you carried that out of the basement there. I've seen that type of lift before, and if you can do it on one breath, I guess you're in pretty good shape. But I remember when I went to get the Thunderbolt from I think the guy's name was Vinny, and that was a beast. And he grabbed that and walked up the stairs with it like it was nothing. And he just said if I start to fall back, just push me forward. So I was right behind him. But but in the heat of the moment, it's a good adrenaline rush for sure. So anyway, I'm going to get right over to Bill, and pretty good signals all the way around here as we continue on. And Brown, thanks for steering the boat here this morning. BC 610E again holding its own there. WA4 DDH M1 SNG. Over.
Good morning to all. This morning I can hear everybody, but just a lot. But that's just, I guess, summer contribution. Ground wall, 32 traffic, and the receiver is flooding traffic now. So, but I'm hearing not as strong as I usually do. Brian, but it's just kind of weird conditions. Keep it short this morning. I think this one our last one in here. It's good to hear everybody in here. I'll tell you, you got it all sounds great. So with that, we'll say see you next week. Brown, thanks again for running the net. Everybody have a good weekend. What's left of it. So it's Larry W3, MEMR in the group, UA4. South Carolina. 7-3 guys, catch you next week.
WA4DDH in the old military radio net. This is W3MMR. Okay, Bill, well, 7-3. Great hearing this morning. Pretty decent copy up here this morning, especially those last two transmissions. So good to hear you. As always, hope you have a great Saturday and a fantastic weekend, Bill. And thanks for jumping in here. Good morning to the new check-ins. Good morning to Mike, W1ZFB. Good morning to Kevin, WB0JZG. Good signal from Lakeland, Florida this morning, Kevin. And good morning to you, Jeep, K3HVG. Good to hear everyone this morning. Everybody's rigs are sounding absolutely fantastic. All the old military rigs and the newer rigs and whatever you're on, man, everybody sounds great this morning. Everybody really does. So good to hear all. Brown, my dad's probably sleeping in this morning. He's been on the sleep-in schedule at times this past week or two, so I don't blame him. I've been sleeping in myself as well. I've been trying my best to get out of bed and get on the radio before I leave for work in the mornings, but the difference between waking up at 5 and waking up at 5:30 5:30 or 5:45 is huge. You know, because I got to get out of the door by 6:15. So I haven't left myself much time to get on the radio in the mornings. Get on with Glenn and Charlie and 1XCW. I was kind of hoping I'd catch Charlie this morning, but I guess Charlie's doing other things. I don't blame him. Had a lot going on. Like I said, my son's been up for about 3 weeks now, and he'll continue to be here till the end of June. And I've been doing a lot of stuff with him. Memorial Day weekend was spent down at the Jersey Shore. Then the weekend after that was spent camping. And now this will be the third weekend, and we're going to go to a Phillies game, maybe either today or tomorrow. We were going to go camping, but scratched it because of the weather and the drought and the smoke from Canada. Boy, that was crazy, right? I'm sure everybody on the net, probably with the exception of you, Kevin, down there in Florida, experienced some of the smoke from the Canadian wildfires. I mean, the other night, at work, it just got progressively worse throughout the day. Smokier and smokier and smokier. And then by 5 or 6 o'clock, it started getting really bad. You couldn't see about a quarter mile in front of you here. And then that night was so bad that like cars were driving by my house, so you could see the headlights through the smoke. You know, like the beams from the headlights lighting up the smoke, and the street lights were, hazy because of the smoke. I mean, it was bad. I'd never seen anything like it. So luckily, everybody I knew didn't have, who has the breathing issues. Everybody seemed to be fine. So I hope everybody fared as good as the folks I know down here. So we'll keep it moving. I'll stick in here for another one. Down to you, Brian. And Brian, great signal this morning. Always a pleasure to hear you, pal. And I hope all is well. KN4R in the Old Military Radio Net. This is W3MMR.
Just a second. This is KN4R. Changing ready. Okay, this is KN4R. I'm using a modern rig here. A couple hundred watts, and this is the NFED that runs north-south as opposed to the other one. So I'd be interested in any comments on which one might be sounding better. Interestingly, the one connected to the old black HRO seems to be the better receiving antenna. That's the east-west one, and I would have hoped the other one was better. So anyway, let me keep it moving here and pass it over to Steve. KD3HT and the Old Military Radio Net. This is KN4R.
Very good, Brian. Here, the north-south one was better. Though the east-west one, being that it was low power, wasn't bad. So I don't know if it was equal power, how the results would show. But my person is right at the nose level, and I lost a couple nerves, but that was QSB and not a lot of that. 73 to you, Bill. Good to hear you in here this morning. And Perry sounds like you had a great time. We're having a great time with your son. That's excellent. That's hard for my son when Garrett's here because he really needs his full attention, which means work is a problem, you know. But they have a lot of fun too. So I think we're going to try to go to Knoebels, which is always fun to take the kids to Knoebels. And Knoebels here in Pennsylvania is like one of the last places you can go that's free admission. And you can get an armband or pay per ride, whatever you want to do. But it's nice for, you know, grandparents or someone else to go that not going to do a ride, but just, you know, be there with the grandkids. So that's a real nice place to go, and it's cheaper than most of the other amusement places as well, food-wise, and it's very good. Anyway, let's see. Jeep sounding good up here. Nice strong signal. Glenn, you're probably the strongest out of everybody. And on the Collins 32V, yeah, the first one that I picked up, I carried across the parking lot at Timonium. I was much younger, and it was heavy then. I think I had to stop once, but I don't remember directly. And the one I got from you, Brown, that's here, I haven't even, I put it up on the shelf, which is at 6 feet, and that's where it's been sitting. So I have to get that down one of these days and give it a shot. Getting closer to being able to get to this stuff, because other stuff's in the way. Let's see. Besides that, you know, not a lot of radio stuff this week, a lot of work, unfortunately, and we go from there. Temperature right now here is low 50s, high 40s actually, and yeah, the smoke was pretty bad here. I mean, you could look down the street and see, but it was pretty foggy, and then it definitely blocked the sun getting through a few days. So it's been cool. It's actually been very cool in the morning when you wake up, and the house has been cool without the sun. So haven't had to use air conditioning. Maybe that's a benefit. I don't know. Global cooling? You want to call that global cooling? Hi. Anyway, who was I turning it to? Oh, that's right. I was turning it to Gary. Gary sounded good down here. And I am using the ART-13, and that's into a 80-meter delta loop, which is kind of straggling between a bunch of trees and doing what it can do. So, over you, Gary. K1IC and the old military radio net, KD3HT.
Okay, excellent. KD3HT. Let me just tune this. Yeah, that's better. KD3HT. Here is K1IC. In the Floodfield section of Fairfield, Connecticut. The temperature at the moment is 52 degrees with 87% humidity. The barometer is low at 10:06, and the winds are calm, thank heavens. We're looking for a high of about 75 today under mostly sunny skies. We had an hour of rain yesterday at 4 to 5 o'clock, a tenth of an inch accumulation. And we certainly needed it, but we could use some more, as I guess most people in the Northeast here could, especially up north in Nova Scotia and Quebec, where the fires are raging. The smoke was much less dense here yesterday. I couldn't detect the smell, so it was pretty good. I think I even saw occasional blue sky, so amazing. But that's the way the wind was carrying it further south, so we had our bad day, I guess, a couple of days ago. maybe it was Friday. No, it was Thursday. And it looked like we were on Mars when you see the Mars pictures. It was just everything was a yellow cast. Very amazing. Anyway, that's the story. Signals are all over the place for me. I have such a high noise level that I would not be able to participate if I didn't have access to these SDR receivers around the country. And I've been jumping around because the stations in the net here are in a much broader range. The strongest signal, of course, is Glenn to me. He's just around the corner, effectively. Brian, if you can hear me, KN4R, the north-south of the second antenna was much better than the first to the DC area receiver I was listening to, so that's probably not news to you. And most of the other signals I was able to copy, maybe some of them were quite weak, but I was still able to hear the modulation and discern some intelligence from it, so it wasn't at the noise level where you can't hear anything or understand anything. Only other note I can say is that this is the second to the last morning that I'll be on. Tomorrow morning is Sunday, and about 1 o'clock in the afternoon we're going to drag our suitcases out, head to Newark Airport, and we're going to fly out to Croatia for a 2-week stint and tour. So that's the retirement travel plan. So we'll be away and off the air for about 16 days. And then we'll come back to give you all of the dirty details of what we saw and what we didn't see and what little adventures we enjoyed. So with that, I think I pass it to Dan, or W1ZFG, who I believe is in Bristol, Connecticut. I think I have that call correct. If I don't, sorry about that. This is K1IC.
Brian, go ahead. Gary turned it over to you.
Yeah, I think Bill, right? Outside, right. Okay, Brian. Yeah, it goes to Mike. W1ZFB. Go ahead, Mike. KD3HT. W1ZFB. Go ahead, Mike. KD3HT.
Mike, go ahead. And then hand it to Kevin.
My power work this week. I'm going to have to put that off. Warming up and some other things. My dog is kind of sick here. We're trying to figure out what's wrong with her. So there's a couple of things going on. So I can put that off until July. Big luck to the Manassas Ham Fest. That was quite nice. Really nice. They got it on a called Signal Hill, and it is a hill, but it was a nice grassy area. You just paid your ticket entrance fee and got to walk around. So a lot better than it has been, and not quite as good as when it was over at the fairgrounds, but it's a step up from where it was. So anyway, really enjoyed that. That was on the spur of the moment, and I picked up a BC 611, so that was pretty nice. So I'm kind of working on that. I found a couple of things wrong and going to work on that a little bit. So anyway, and Brown, I'm not sure who gets it here. W1ZFA.
Goes down to Kevin, WB0JZG, and then up to G. Go ahead, Kevin. Jeep, go ahead. K1HVG in the Bill Radness, and turn it back to net control. Go ahead, Jeep.
I guess we're okay. Anyway, WB0JZG and the old military radio, the K3HVG. Okay, a difficult copy there, Kevin, but I don't know I believe. Yeah, City of Alabama, Brown was a good copy. Perry was loud and clear. Steve, you weren't as strong as you normally are, but you were a good copy. Brian doing a nice job here, Gary, and Mike. Anyway, the conditions just aren't quite what they were. And people think about the opinions brand new hockey setup. I believe like on time was ever so much more copyable. So good deal on that, and we're going to hard pop. I missed just let it pass by. But last Sunday I did go to the fest, I should say 2 Sundays ago, I went to the fest in Howard County. I guess a couple of you guys know where that is, and I picked up or traded for a literally out-of-the-box brand new TS520S with Cambridge bulletproof radios. I have bought a couple of them in the past, not for me, but when I was buying Honduras, I bought a couple for people who wanted them. And this one is out of the box. Look, the covers off, and I mean, the cabinet, no dings, no scratches, no nothing. And of course the thing works good, and I was obliged to get a matching speaker. And I really did a CW filter output. But the other little tidbit, my ART-13 that I got from Mike, turns out it's not an ART-13. Something happened here. Yeah, something's going on here, guys.
I would agree.
1, 2, 3, no?
Yay!
Am I hitting it too hard, or what? That could be it. Well, it looks like it's kind of going into oscillation. Okay, I'm gonna go with a different microphone.
Yeah, it was good for a minute there, Jeep, and then it started almost like you said. It was like breaking into sideband.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. I'm on a carbon mic right now. Something is just not correct. Not frequency by 25 hertz, but looking at the scope, things are just not great. Don't know what it might be. Anyway, I'll turn it. Let's see, W1NZR, K3HVG, go ahead.
Yeah, okay, G. K3HVG, W1NZR returning. Yeah, right at the end there you were quite readable on the carbon mic. In fact, I thought earlier that you were using the carbon mic on the last transmission, that it needed to be impacted. But then I thought it sounded like it might have been RF doing it. So, as Rosanna Dana once said, it's always something. So, I'm sure you'll straighten it out. Otherwise, your signal is quite good. So, anyway, let's see. We're at the bottom of the list. Is there anyone that would like to join the MILRAD-net? Please call now.
This is KK4RF.
Good morning, Marty. Nice signal. Anyone else? Nothing heard at this end. Again, good morning, Marty. Go ahead, make a transmission and hand it back to me, and we'll do another round here. Approaching 0600. KK4RF and the MILRAD-net from W1NZR.
Yeah, good morning, Brown, W1NZR. This is KK4RF. Good morning to everybody on the net. We're located in southeastern Virginia, in Suffolk, Virginia, and we're running the old LMAC Alpha 54 Hotel A54H rig that I usually use, and running it through a Heathkit SB200 linear for about 100 watts of carrier out, and receiving with an old Heathkit SB300. Anyway, not doing a whole lot. We were down on the USS Wisconsin last weekend for the museum ships on the air, and we made 259 contacts. Most of those were on modern single sideband equipment. I made a few contacts on using the old Navy TCS transmitter on both CW and AM phones. So we had some fun last weekend, and somebody donated to our club a beautiful BC-224D. A BC-224D. It looks just like a BC-348 receiver, and it has a beautiful dynamotor inside. It's like repainted, and somebody really did a nice job restoring this old BC-224D. And I talked with Steve a few days ago, CD3HT, via email, and next week we're going to go down to the ship and we're going to try to get that going, get the receiver going. I'm going to hook it up to an Astron 35 power supply. The dynamotor needs 14 volts, so I think hopefully I can get it going well enough that I can listen to the receiver and see what it sounds like. Anyway, not much else to report. Back over to Brown, W1NZR, and the Old Military Radio Net. This is KK4RF.
Well, very good morning, KK4RF and the NORAD net, W1NZR. Very good on the 224D, a fine custom, especially with dynamo. Well, good luck with that. I'm sure you'll be successful. Sounds like it was lovingly restored. Wonder if that was actually original. Good for you. And the Elmec sounded great down there, as always. Really good. All right. We'll make another round. Anyone else wishing to join? Please call that control now.
Hey, Brown, I'm going to have to check out. This is K1IC 73.
Okay, Gary, very good. We'll take you off the list. Thanks for checking in. Yeah, propagation shifting around a little bit. Last time, Steve Mystical came up quite a bit. Mary is still in there very strong. So, let's see. Back up to Glencom. N1FNG. And then Bill's checked out, so Glenn handed to Perry for the 3MMR. Perry to Brian, 3 and 4R. I think Brian's having a little difficulty in the propagation department, but he's translated here to Perry. And from Brian will go to 83HT. Gary just left, so it'll be Steve handed to W1ZFT. Mike will to Kevin. Kevin, you dropped out a little bit on that last transmission, not completely, it didn't copy you. WP0JZG, then Kevin handed to Jeep. Hopefully Jeep's audio maladies will have been corrected, or maybe you can just use the carbon mic impact tune that. I'm sure it's nothing major. And Jeep handed to Marty. We'll go around again. So up to you, Glencon. N1SNG as a NORAD net.
Yeah, W1NZR, N1SNG. Okay, very good, Brown. Yeah, losing your signal just a bit there, but 100%, just the band is doing its usual. And 730 to Gary, I guess you're going to be on your way there. Good hearing you in here this morning. And W4DDH Bill, I think I really didn't get a good copy on Bill there, but may still be with us. And Brian, I did not copy GM4R, but very good one in the Jeep. Yeah, I think you're on the R38. There was a little bit of, I don't know, maybe microphone issue there, but you were here this morning, and I hope you're feeling well there. I think you said you had some bronchial thing going on, maybe smoke related, but in any case, I was just trying to keep up with the things to do list here. Most of the equipment seems to be fully operational. ART-13, SP600. I just found a couple of nice pull knobs to take that out of the cabinet, so I can
snoop around in there. Got a few light bulbs that have been flickering a bit there. It's kind of annoying, but no majors. But as I was listening, I was going through the knob boxes and all that. Exactly what I was looking for. Nothing too intrusive or gaudy. It looks correct, actually. Seeing that they're black Bakelite. But other than that, most of the equipment here, like I said, is fully operational, which is kind of nice. So the only thing that get me in trouble is booking control. So we'll keep it rolling along here as conditions seem to be drifting or changing around a bit. And get it right over to Perry, W3MMR N1SNG.
N1SNG, the Old Military Radio Net. This is W3MMR. Okay, this will be my final. Good transmission, Glenn. Good copies all the way around from everyone here this morning. Really great to hear everyone. Man, good net this morning. Glad everybody's doing good. And Marty, good morning to you, KK4RF. Good on the whiskey. Yeah, I remember visiting the whiskey when I was stationed down in Norfolk and spent a lot of time down that area, obviously. And it's always good to hear the old girl's name. And I know you do a lot of work, obviously, with the station there on the ship. So good to hear you. I wonder if Connor, I can't think of Connor's call off the top of my head. I think he got a vanity now anyway, but I wonder if Connor gets on there anymore. But nevertheless, good to hear you. And I would like to one day maybe go when they're transmitting on the Battleship New Jersey here in Camden. I know they have a station there, so that would be pretty cool to take part in. Just on the SDR here this morning, Apache Labs, a non-7000 DLE, AL82, 280 watts of carrier, 600 ohm open wire fed 80 meter inverted V here, 125 foot, up about 65 feet to the feed point, and using a homebrew balanced Dell matching network here. Those are the operating conditions. 7-3 to Gary. Gary, have a great trip if I don't talk to you, man. I hope you're still within earshot, because I wish you and the missus there a safe trip, man. I really, really do. And again, I hope that you guys have a great one there. And I said, it's nice and safe. Jeep, I hope you get the issue there squared away. It seems like it's an intermittent issue, maybe it's a loose connection, because 1 second it'll be fine. Audio on the Carbon mic will sound fantastic, and then the next thing you know, it seems to be breaking into the carrier starts folding back on itself and going into sideband FMing, I guess that's what you could call it. So good to hear you. And Brian, good on the antennas and stuff. Again, that north-south antenna was much better here in the southeast Pennsylvania this morning. So with that, we'll say 7-3. I think it's all, yeah, okay. We'll say 7-3. Brown, thanks for running the net. It's always a pleasure. And we'll be listening out here for a while while we're sipping on coffee and trying to get my Saturday started here. You guys have a fantastic day. Have a fantastic rest of the weekend. We'll look for you guys next week. And again, as always, you can search YouTube for the Old Military Radio Net, today's date, and the net will be up on YouTube. Recording of it will be on YouTube here in about probably a few hours once it's done rendering. So this afternoon, you guys should be able to watch the net. 7-3 and down to Brian. KN4R in the Old Military Radio Net. This is W3MMR 7-3 for now.
Brian, your signal dropped off that time. I didn't copy much of that, but could hear syllables and such in some words. And 73 to you, Perry. 73 to you, Gary. Have a safe trip. I'm going to be heading off to Alaska in a few weeks, so looking forward to that.
Thanks for watching, guys. Shutting her down.